Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome. Something a little bit of different today. No cam, because it's middle of the night and might have had a smoke and I can't be asked to set up the green screen. And so I thought you'd just tell you I finished my season. So I thought it's very weird now not doing it with the camera. I keep looking at the camera. It's weird. Explain how my season went. As you can see, I would say league-wise, very successful season. Finished 6th. We'll go through a few bits and I'll unveil what happened in the other competitions. Remember, we are in the which we probably shouldn't have been. Spoiler alert, didn't win the Champions League, but we'll get to that in a second. But overall, pretty good performance. Now let's have a look at the league. So before we get to the fixtures, we need to talk about financials and transfers. So this was what our transfer window looked like. I can't remember who we signed. So we didn't sign anyone, right? So you know nothing. I don't know why I'm asking you this question. I don't think you guys know any of these signings, right? It's weird now that I'm not recording every couple of episodes. So the Ferret went out, got some good cash on him. Just sort of got rid of some of the crap, really. The Louvre went for 35. Thank God for Saudi, eh? This game has been made so much easier by the existence of Saudi Arabia. 35 mil for the Louvre. He's getting on a bit now. Time to cash in. Get some good money for him. And I decided to cash in on Corsair because I did say at the beginning of at the end of last season, I was going to make a signing. I was allowed to make a signing. I'll show you in a minute. And then Corsair, I decided to let go. His physicals are amazing, but technically he's never been a very good footballer. And there was a lot of bit of interest, so we got 44 mil for him. In signings. It's been an interesting old time. We've been a little bit low on the numbers this season. Signed a goalkeeper, very good. Backup, he's had a few games as well. He's played all right. We'll go through their performances this season in a minute. We signed this left midfielder, 24 years old. He loves an Argentinian. This was I signed 2 in the end. I'll show you why. These were my guys, so I didn't want to just go in and scout for days and sign the next 17-year-old Brazilian wonderkid striker. I thought I'd play the game cleverly by signing good utility players because our finances are really bad, and I can't. He does most of the contract renewals as well, and some of them are terrible. So money-wise, we're in danger. So I thought I needed utility players. And at that time as well, I was playing an inverted fullback. So I thought I'd get a couple of those sort of players in. So we got Jose, 18-year-old Spaniard. Also, I wanted somebody that could potentially become homegrown. And then I wouldn't have to worry so much about the transfers because Duncan doesn't seem to care about work permits or anything. And we signed too many foreign players for some competitions. So I thought I'd get some player that can become homegrown, versatile player. He's got a decent left foot as well. So he's 18 years old. He's my so he cost me $1 million, and then I spent 30 million. Too much for this guy, but I'm going to sell this guy, I think, because pretty much same. Versatility wise, he's a decent, solid fullback on both sides. Can fill in at centre back at push, but plays a bunch of roles, and he's a decent passer of the ball as well. But I'll probably cash in on him. And then he just went and got old attackers. Lead seems to do 36 million for this 32-year-old Brazilian. Oh dear, never change, Duncan, never change. And then we picked this Gabby Mac, as I like to call him, 5 million quid. That's okay. Another too old, but that's okay for the cheap price. 5 million squad player. Somebody could take a corner. Okay. Then he sent £10 million on Gomez, a new centre-back option. Another left-footed. We've got too many left-footed, but just sort of nothing really that pushed the team to a better. And then he, for no reason whatsoever, because we've got this young Jose who can play as, obviously, the backup right wing-back, and we've got Brennan. He just flops out and gets this guy called Magnus, pointless signing. We'll sell him. And then... And these were on deadline day, by the way. These were the last few hours of deadline day because we were looking thin on numbers. But then he pulled out a little gem. A little Argentinian wonder kid. I know, half of you are wrecked just by me saying those 2 words. He's good, isn't he? His physicals aren't quite there. He's never going to be absolutely world class. But He looks good. He looks good. There was one signing, though, that I was so excited. I thought, this is the one. This is the signing that could take us to the next level. I shortlisted him because I wanted you to show him. And we went in for him. It's quite cheap, 17 million. Bruno Vergara. And I was like, I'll have a look at this guy. And he's amazing. And then, right at the last minute, Man United gazumped me. And I was like, he's so cheap as well. How much was it in the end? Yeah, 17 mil. He went to Liverpool for a couple of seasons and went, fuck it, I'm going back home. But, and it's and he scored against me, obviously, because rules of football, isn't it? Really? But yeah, anyway, let's talk about Champions League. So here is our Champions League. As you can see, it's a good sandwich with shitty bread, if you were to look at it. It started bad. Atletico, away. Okay, lost 1-0, fine with that. Utrecht away, we've got to win those sort of games, but we drew 2-2. Real Madrid, but we got Squeet scored himself a goal. Lost to Bayer Leverkusen away, all acceptable, and then we drew to Hibs, which is just unforgivable. Sorry, Hibs fans. And then we finally scraped to against Salzburg. Going into the last two games of the league, I was like, it's Barcelona and Dortmund. We are done. We ain't going to get playoffs, the knockout playoff things. And then we got a miraculous draw. We were the better team against Barcelona. And then we ripped apart Borussia Dortmund. What a game this was. Mokio, we'll get to all the players in a minute, but very, very heroic performance. And then, of course, we got fucking Bayern in the playoffs. And then we only went and beat them. We played the best we've ever played. This game was, considering the opposition. It was brilliant. Yes, absolutely sensational. And then, but I'm like 3-1 is a lead, isn't it? It's good, but it's Bayern and we're Preston. But we made a go of it and we went 1-0 up, and I'm like, we're gonna just smash them again. Tommy D getting himself a goal against Bayern Munich. This was Guilherme's purple patch, by the way. Don't expect him to be this good. So then we got to the next one, and we're like, okay, Real Madrid, and then we got reminded that we're not as good as Real Madrid. But I've taken this all day long. Villarino, our young wonder kid, and Marinkovic getting himself a rare goal. We'll get to the players in a second. And then Villarino scored twice against Real Madrid. This guy, I'm telling you, this could be the one. This could be the one, my friends. Right, let's get to the other competitions. We just show it here because it's not that important. We got to the FA Cup semi-final, knocked out by Manchester United. And then I basically threw the league because I didn't care about it. And we were runner in the Super Cup. That feels like so long ago. And the European South American Club Challenge. I didn't know they existed. We won that. I'm looking forward to next FM because we'll have the World Club Championship. So we'll just have so much extra money if you're in there. It would be great. Right. Okay, let's talk about squads. Right. Don't jump ahead. Don't look ahead. Don't stop looking. Stop looking. Wait. Don't look at everybody. Goalkeeper-wise, LeBale had a very good season. And with about 15 games to go, he had a horrible drop-off. Because we can show... where are we? Premier League. Right at the end of the season, we had this lovely patch here where we looked unbeatable. We had a couple of middle season, we were so good. But the squad is tiny. And then we had difficult fixtures, and then it all just sort of fell apart a bit. And with him as well, he had a couple of shockers. Like he had that disgusting performance. But overall, he was pretty solid. And Ozden came in and played when he had that bad run of form and a minor injury, and played all right as well. So goalkeepers, I'm okay with. And Clint Clements is our little backup wonder kid. I almost called him a wonder kid. That would have been a mistake. He's never going to play football. It just stops Duncan, hopefully, signing more goalkeepers. Mokio, our best centre-back performing this year, I would say, for me. Been brilliant. Left only. Remember that for our centre-backs. We've got Hustich, probably maybe our best centre-back overall. Right-footed, model citizen. Love that. Tabs, probably played more than he should. I'm going to sell him, I think, in the summer. And then Garterman I'm just going to sell because I didn't want him. Brennan, I'll show you the tactic in a minute because I've decided on something for next season that I just switched to after our bad run of form to get us on the last day of the season. We beat Brighton 3-1, which jumped us up and stuff like it was. And for those last few games where we turned it around, Leicester, who are third, I think, in the league, we played with a slightly tweaked tactic, which we'll get to. But but Brennan, very good season, solid season. Missed, also coincided, de Klerk and Brennan were out for the last 6 weeks of the season, which obviously doesn't help. They're two of our best players. Pablo Lara, lovely, solid season. Just an absolute legend of the club. Just Mr. Reliable and can play in a bunch of those central midfield positions. Reyes, solid season. Might cash in on him. Gomez, the new guy. It's just kind of a backup anyway, so it's not too important. My wonder kid played rubbish. I'm not going to beat around the bush. My signing, which is now I'm feeling bad about. Maybe I shouldn't. It's for the future, right? He's only literally just turned 19, okay? And he's played a bunch of roles. I'm playing him like defensive midfield as well. He's quite nice in. So I might cash in on him. Maybe I might give him one more season and then cash in on him. And then hopefully keep Jose because I want him for forever. And he's had really good patches this season. 6.97 overall with 15 starts is good. Dahl, Mr. Reliable as ever. 7 goals, 10 assists. And he's played attacking mid now. He's kind of, because we've tweaked the tactic, which we'll look at. And he's loving it. Curtis just kills people for a living. That's what he does. Squeets, very good season. 15 goals, 10 assists. Again, patchy, but 12 in the league is his, second best? 12 and 7 in the league. I'll take that all season long. All season long. Really patchy. We fell out. He's 32 years old. I tried to sell him in January. Nobody wanted him, but hopefully we'll get rid of him. I promised to sell him in the league. He's done absolutely nothing. Molinari had a couple of nice games, but did nothing too spectacular. Never terrible, but no real end product. I don't mind keeping him as a backup unless somebody comes in with a fatty offer. Villarino, our wonder kid, absolutely started the season. So Villarino's got 9 and 19. He got those, 8 of those in first 12 games or something. And he dropped off a little bit since then, but still 4 and 12. I'll take that as a start. 3 goals in Champions League, 2 against Real Madrid. You know, it's hopeful because we're playing with the number 10 now. Thomas, the one you've all been waiting for. By the way, if you didn't see my community post, Welsh Player of the Year for the first time. He got second place about 5 years ago, but he finally picked up the number 1 spot. I don't know what that says about Welsh football, but it's not good, is it? No offence to Tom here. But saying that, double figures, which is not something you can always say about him. He's actually, sadly, I would say, played more football this season than before. He shouldn't be. The trouble is, because he's okay, Duncan's never going to replace him. But I don't want to sell him, so he's blocking somebody better coming in. But it is what it is. We'll live with it. Gabby Meck was rubbish. That's all I've got to say about him. I'm probably going to try and cash in on him. De Klerk was really good. 13 goals, 9 assists. 7 and 2 in the league. But he has some really good important cup performances and stuff, so I'm very happy with Marinkovic. Took, I think, 3 months to score his first goal of the season. So considering that, 6 in 34 is not bad. Because really it's about 6 in 14, which, I'm trying at the moment to play him I will cash in on him. I think my problem is that I play a high press and he has 8 work rate. Every time I look at him, it hurts me a little bit because he's so good. He still should be good. I don't know why he's not as good as he should be, but it doesn't work in a high press, does it? Somebody that doesn't press. That's kind of important. It starts from the front and all that. innit? So I'm going to sell him because he's always wanted as well. And Barcelona and Saudi are after him. So we're going to cash in a lot. Trouble is, financially, we are, bearing in mind, I think we spent 30 mil net. So, which is fine. We're Champions League football and Champions League football. And we are 75 million in the red. They've already cut the budget twice. And I have to sell players to get it back. They've just given me next year's budget, which is a brilliantly 69 million. they did that on purpose, clearly. So hopefully they believe we'll have money. And we still have this massive debt that we're paying $1 million a month on, which is not great for the next 9 years. So we do have to be a bit careful, but hopefully we should make a ton of money. It's just I don't want him to. I don't want to sell a 30-year-old Brazilian to then replace him with a 30-year-old Brazilian. You know, this is what seems to happen. He loves South America, doesn't he? So tactics-wise, all I've really done is I've decided to Brennan. You know, he stayed with us. I know he wanted to leave for a bit, but he stayed with us when he could have left. You know, to play much better teams. He could have won things, but he's stuck here with us. So I'm moving the wide right player to the more central position just to give him that full wing to bomb down and provide the assists. Because to be fair, he's never really done it. This is his season. Right. The rest is pretty much the same. And for those of you that always complain, I have set up a defensive and attacking version of this tactic. Go me. Right, so I think that pretty much sums up our season. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I'll keep this going because it's been fun. Bearing in mind, I am working on everything behind the scenes. I will let you guys know that watch this, the Ultras, that I am not doing a Pentagon save because it's hard enough for me to do anyway, but let's be real. But you know, the new game should be, hopefully, fingers crossed, let's say mid-November, which gives me about 60-odd episodes of a series to win 5 Champions Leagues. Now, you know, do the math, guys. How many seasons? I was like, could I realistically do it in 30 seasons? And I was like, okay, but that means I would have to do a season every 2 days. I would have to just not sleep and just play FM in a cycle. And I'm working on other big projects at the moment, which you'll see soon. But then I came across an even better idea that I fell in love with more than the Pentagon Challenge. We'll do that one day. Maybe we'll do that for the new FM. But it's going to be glorious and you're going to love it. And it's going to be what makes the Journeyman the best thing, which is in the small, obscure leagues. Yeah, trust me, it's going to be great. Right, but it'll take a few days. I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. I need to do an announcement video because you might have noticed the logo has changed on my channel. There's a little clue there. See if you can work it out. But anyway, thank you for your support as always. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I waved, by the way. I waved there at the end and looked at the camera. Yeah. Like an idiot.